The Carlisle Peace Commission was a group of British negotiators who were sent to North America in 1778, during the American War of Independence. The commission carried an offer of self-rule to the rebellious colonies, including parliamentary representation within the British Empire. The Second Continental Congress, aware that British troops were about to be withdrawn from Philadelphia, insisted on demanding full independence, which the commission was not authorized to grant. The Peace Commission marked the first time the British government formally agreed to negotiate with Congress. A previous informal attempt at negotiation took place in 1776. Background: the first attempt at negotiation between Great Britain and the rebellious 13 colonies after the outbreak in April 1775 of the American War of Independence took place in September 1776. When a committee from the Second Continental Congress agreed to meet with Admiral Lord Richard Howe, who had been given limited powers to treat with colonies individually. The limited authority given to both Howe and the American negotiators made it a virtual certainty that nothing would come of the meeting. The meeting was a failure, in part because the Congress had recently declared independence from Britain, something Howe was not authorized to recognize, and because the American commissioners had no substantive authority from Congress to negotiate. After the British defeat at Saratoga in October 1777, and fearful of French recognition of American independence, the Prime Minister, Lord North, had Parliament repeal such offensive measures as the Tea Act and the Massachusetts Government Act, and sent a commission to seek a negotiated settlement with the Continental Congress. The commission was empowered to offer a type of self-rule that Thomas Pownall had first proposed a decade earlier. The fact that the commission was authorized to negotiate with the Continental Congress as a body also represented a change in official British government policy, which had before then been to treat only with the individual states. Historian David Wilson is of the opinion that the war could have been avoided if the terms it proposed had been offered in 1775. Historian Peter Whiteley, however, notes that King George was unlikely to agree to make such an offer then. Commission. William Eden organized and served on the commission, but it was headed by the Earl of Carlisle, and also included George Johnston, who had previously served as governor of West Florida. Walpole remarked that Carlisle, then a young man, was very fit to make a treaty that will not be made, and that he was totally unacquainted with business and, though not void of ambition, had but moderate parts and less application. Richard Jackson declined to serve after it became known that the United States and France had signed a treaty of alliance. The commissioners also learned of the Franco-American alliance before they set out in April. One thing the commissioners did not learn before their departure was that General Sir Henry Clinton had been ordered to evacuate Philadelphia, even though his orders had been issued 1 month before they left. Carlisle was of the opinion that the administration had done this intentionally, since they might not otherwise have gone at all. Carlisle wrote to his wife of the situation: "We all look grave, and perhaps we think we look wise. I fear nobody will think so when we return. I don't see what we have to do here." Upon learning of the planned withdrawal, Carlisle appealed to Clinton to delay it, but Clinton cited his orders to act without delay in rejecting the appeal. This prompted Carlisle to observe that the administration wanted the commission to be a mixture of ridicule, nullity, and embarrassments. Eden was upset that he wasn't told of Clinton's orders, since the British intent to withdraw further stiffened American resolve. On June 13, the commissioners sent a package of proposals to Congress, which was then holding sessions in York, Pennsylvania. Congress replied insisting that either American independence be recognized, or that all British forces first withdraw from the states, terms the Commission was not authorized to accept. The commission attempted to appeal to public opinion, with warnings of widespread destruction, but was unsuccessful. Johnston tried to bribe some congressmen, and the Marquis de Lafayette challenged Carlisle to a duel over some anti-French statements he had made. Governor Morris wrote several essays against the proposals. The commissioners circulated a manifesto, which was printed in the Hartford Courant, October 10, 1778. The Marquis of Rockingham, a leading opponent of the war, objected to the threats in the manifesto, and moved to disavow it. Aftermath: Johnston sailed to Britain in August, and the other commissioners returned in November 1778. The British, being unable to bring Washington to a decisive engagement, resumed the military campaign, and turned to a «Southern strategy» as their next attempt to win the war in North America. A further attempt in December 1780 to seek a diplomatic peace in the form of the Clinton-Arbuthnot Peace Commission failed, after which there were no further substantive peace overtures until the American victory at Yorktown in 1781.